to you about something that I hope I can help you to soften the blow of in your own life so you don't have to face it in the same way. Thanks to my 15-year-old daughter, I'm about to share something with you that I hope serves your heart, your lineage, and your soul very well. So recently, my daughter, I was sitting by her bed and I said to her, she was 15, so mind you, this is normal, natural, every parent probably is going through it with their 15-year-old daughter. Even if you have other children, we don't know what we don't know until we get to that phase. And when I was 15, it was my worst depressive state ever. I gained 30 pounds and I was truant like more days than not from school. It was one of the roughest times of my life. And so now I have a 15-year-old daughter, and that same sensation of nobody knowing what to do with me and me feeling like I didn't know what to do for myself is coming up every time I look at her. And I said to her the other day, I don't know how to be with you in this space. And what she said to me was one of the most profound things in the world. And mind you, please don't expect your own 15-year-olds to be aware of what I'm going to say. It took a lot of deep diving soul work for me to even create a daughter that would have the space to say what I'm about to say that she said. And for me to be able to hold that space and recognize that, yeah, that's her experience. And despite my best efforts, I cannot devalue the experience that she's experiencing. So what she said to me was, I said, Rain, I can't reach you like that, and I can't when you won't let me in, and I can't spend my life trying to get in somewhere ever again. Like that's what I did my whole upbringing. Like that's not what I want to be doing. And she said to me, Mom, you've spent most of my life focused on the relationship that you did not have with Grammy, and because of that, you weren't able to create and focus on the relationship with me, which, because you were always looking at Grammy, I became like Grammy, because that's what I knew how to do to be in connection with you. And now you resent me for who I've become, and I've become like her. So I want you to see this triangle and what happens in lineages and in storylines and bloodlines when we are not conscious enough to do the work, right? So I sat by her bed as she said this, and I'm in tears, and I said to her, you know, I literally just wrote the book on this. I'm coming out with my second book. It's called Earn Your Luck, a field guide for living beyond your narcissistic parents' wildest dreams. If you are not on my newsletter, come on over to my newsletter, because I'm going to do a Kickstarter campaign. So if you want to be a part of the project of giving birth to this second book, I would be honored to have you a part of that. And I was sitting there and I said, I just literally wrote the book on this, that when we resist the programming that we grew up on, we perpetuate the program because we're linked to it. And that entire time of me being in deficit, still seeking my mother's approval, and my mother's, like my desire to be validated by my mothership that says, yes, you exist and you're allowed, in the deficit created in me not wanting to create that for my daughter by saying, no, that's not what I want, I'm going to do something different. But I was still seeking that validation from my mother instead of being the mother who validated my daughter. And I know that it is hard when, you know, some people come from roots. They have people that teach them. They come from communities where people show them how to be adults. They have rites of passage where they know where they are in the world, what their role is in their society, what their place is, and that they're loved and cared for and that they belong. Some of us don't come from roots like that. Some of us have never been shown or taught how to be human, and we were literally just, you know, shoved out there on our own. And it was never my intention to be the mother that did this, right? But I've been looking to my matriarch, who was never taught how to be a matriarch because she didn't have one. And in every primate species that is a community-oriented animal, which we are, there is a matriarch that shows her predecessors what to do. If I don't have that, if you don't have that, it is hard to become the thing that we were never given a model for. So I'm gonna forgive myself first. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna honor my daughter's experience in that I said to her, yeah, despite my best efforts and every intention of mine, what you're describing is exactly how I grew up. I grew up with a mother who told me all of the hellish trauma stories of my lineage, and I wanted to save her from them. And she was still looking for validation out there, while the whole time I was over here going, Mommy, don't you see me? Aren't I good enough for you? And that frequency, despite that I've been present for my daughter, and that we're even at a place where I can be with her as a 15-year-old and have this conversation, and she reflects this to me, and she is self-aware enough to create the space to see what's going on instead of be in what's going on, she became what I was focused on. And I was focused on the wrong thing. I was focused on what I didn't want her to experience. And in that focus, you know, energy goes where attention flows, or energy flows where attention goes, right? She was the little girl going, wait, I know you're still trying to get your mom's approval, but like, can you see me over here? And I suppose that, you know, I have 4 kids. It's like she's one of 4, so it's a little bit just challenging to divvy up the energy in that way, but that's her experience, and it's coming to a head for her right now. And that's what I want to help you to not have to experience, or at least this is what I want you to know, is like the work never ends, right? It's just one layer out and softer edges almost. Like she's experiencing what I experienced, but more softly, right? That means I've done enough work and my lineage is moving on the outer edges of that traumatic storyline enough that we can even be where we are and have this conversation in a more neutral way instead of being in the conflict of it. So that says something about the work that's going on in my lineage, but she felt like she had to become the thing I was focused on in order to get my attention. So if you, as a parent, are in an experience where you are gaslit by the fact that your child's other parent is a narcissist, or your parent was a narcissist, or you didn't get your needs met, and here's this kid reflecting to you like, it's the same thing that's going on. And, you know, of course my ego would want to be like, that's not true. Like, I've done everything for you, like what my mother would do. But it's true. Her experience is a vibrational reality that despite my best efforts of not expressing, are expressed through my bones. And she is my bones. So where your attention goes, energy flows. Are you focused on the right thing? Are you focused on being that which you wanted to have, which I thought that that's what I was doing, but I was also doing it in rebellion to that which I didn't want her to have, right? Which, that's the whole premise of my book. That's what links us to the program that we want to stay in allegiance to, despite the fact that it's suffocating us, right? So I want to break this program for myself, for my daughter, and I want to break this program for you, because the truth is, in my experience, and please like hop on over to my newsletter and be part of this book with me as it comes to life, and I'm about to give labor to it, because that the spectrum of narcissism and codependency is a frequency that not everybody has. Some people have never even visited it, right? We live there for like ever until we all of a sudden go, wait, there's a different world. Wait, what? People love each other. People are like nice. Not everybody was, what? There's a whole new world. What? It takes a lot to get to that place to recognize that there's a different world out there. But the spectrum of narcissism and codependency is a blueprint and a program, and it is running through your veins if you're on my channel and you know even what I'm talking about. And we have to let the program run, but recognize that we can go to a different place. It doesn't have to be the only place we live, right? So sometimes I slip back into that little cave of what is comfortable for my programming, and then I come on back out because I know there's a difference between that program, the frequency of that program, and the frequency of reality, right? So yeah, if you are focused on the program and not wanting the program to be what you are, you're in a space of resistance. And that resistance is going to perpetuate the program in ways that, you know, your rebellion to it keeps you linked to it, right? Because your focus is on it. So I'm going to, for now, just keep my focus on being neutral with my daughter, right? I'm gonna be neutral with her instead of even see the storyline in our space, because that's not what I want anymore. She's not wrong. So whatever, if you're focused on something so much that you want to heal it so much, most of the time, and my daughter proves this to me over and over and over again, and not that our children are our therapists or whatever, but they are our medicine. If we can just be the salve, the ointment, they are, if we can see what's right in front of us and receive what's right in front of us, it's usually going, I'm here, don't you see me? And we're going, yeah, but I didn't get seen, so I don't know. What do I do when I see you? Ah, right? We don't have to do anything. We don't have to manipulate our children and twist them up and project onto them and tie them up into some weird thing that we think we have to do something with them. If we see them, we can just see them, right? We can just be with them and see them. So that's what I'm going to be in the space of doing, just being with my daughter in a space of neutrality instead of even looking at her like she's running the program. Because when I see her running the program, I get really resistant. And resistance doesn't do either of us really any good. So I'm going to do a video on resistance soon, so keep a lookout for that. But I hope this was helpful for you. Have an awesome day. If you are new to my channel, I am Stacy Hoch, Somatic Embodiment Coach. I would love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to leave a comment. And like I said, go check out my website with my newsletter. I do not often send newsletters. That might change in the future, but I will send them for my hopeful Kickstarter campaign to launch Earn Your Luck into this world. So thanks for listening. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.